good morning and welcome to Ghana. We are here. It's probably not our prettiest port. I'm getting ready to go out with Joanne and Anne, two lifelong learners, and we're gonna go explore some of the places where Joanne used to hang out. She lived here for 6 years in this city, so we're gonna go try and find some of those old places, and then we're going to do some shopping. I think they want some fabrics, and yeah, we'll see what we get up to. It shouldn't be too crazy of a day, but you know, you never know. As we saw in Cape Town, a not so crazy day can turn into just a long day, but it should be fun. We're gonna have a blast, and yeah. Okay, if you should know one thing about semester at sea, it's that your ship ID is quite possibly the second most important thing that you could possibly have with you. You need it to get off the ship because it's how they tell you're on or off the ship. This is only an issue when you can't find your ship ID. It's not where you think it is, anywhere. Where is this thing? I need to get off the ship. So once we got off the ship, we took the shuttle, and then we were able to get a taxi where we could go to Joanne's old school and apartment. So this was actually her apartment that she lived in from the ages of 10 to 16. And we went up to the door, and it was Dorsey, and I made a joke.
Semester at Dorsey.
And then we went fabric shopping, and they both got some fabric and some pants, and we did some more traveling. Back on the ship, we just had lunch. I got my first veggie burger. This is gonna be dangerous for me to know that those are there. I'm gonna get my swim stuff on, and then I'm going with Joanne and Anne to go swimming. Okay, I just got done in the pool. Clearly, I'm heading back to my room to shower and then do dinner and meet up with Jean and Linda, who I'm traveling with tomorrow, so we can plan what we're doing. Okay, I just finished breakfast with Jean, Linda, Danae, Sergio, and another student that I don't know the name of. And we were planning on trying to take the shuttle to Accra today and exploring around there, Jean, Linda, and I. But Linda went yesterday and said there's actually really nothing to see. And even the museum that I was thinking about going to is more of like a 45-minute thing. So for the hour-long bus ride to get there, it didn't seem like a great option. So we decided that we're staying on the ship today, and we're just gonna do like a game day. We're not even starting until afternoon, so I'm just gonna hang out, kind of relax a little bit, and see what happens. Good morning. Today is day 3 in Ghana. I spent all of yesterday just kind of on the ship, hanging out, doing some other stuff. Today, kind of the same, but I'm doing laundry and I'm packing for my sustainability lodge that I'm going to tomorrow in Takoradi, and I'm actually watching Gladiator because I just found out they have it on the TVs and I'm kind of obsessed, so that's a whole other thing. But I'm packing and getting ready to go to my thing. So many of my lifelong learner friends are leaving today, and I'm so sad about it. Dan and Margot are leaving. Jean is leaving. I think she doesn't leave until Takoradi though, I'm hoping. But I'm leaving tomorrow, so not leaving the ship. I am leaving the ship. I'm going on a field program tomorrow, so I won't be able to see Jean because she leaves before me on the last day. But Dan and Margot are leaving today. So sad. They had a goodbye party last night in the Chappie, which I couldn't go into, but they came out into the hallway and we had a nice talk. And then we had breakfast together, and now I'm gonna have lunch with them later. But yeah, I'm just getting things together in my room while my roommates are out. Just having some relaxing days because it's been very hectic with school and everything. So we are about to leave Tema and head to Takoradi. So we're gonna do a mini sail away, and then overnight we're sailing to Takoradi. And we'll get there tomorrow morning where I'll leave for my field program. But I'm eating ice cream right now on the ship with Lucille just on the back, and we're just gonna kind of hang out for a bit. It's so hot outside though. Good morning. Today is day 4 in Ghana. I am up with the sun here and some fishing boats, and I'm gonna go work out, and then I have to go to breakfast and get ready for my field program, and then I'll be off the ship for a bit, so should be a good day. So once I had my stuff all ready to go, I met up with my group and we headed off the ship and got into our buses/vans. We were kind of split up. And we drove through the town and we drove through the countryside before getting to the eco lodge. And there was a cat, there was a couple, and I pet them all. I can't stop. And this was the little house that I was staying in. It was so much fun. And then we got to try batiking, which is putting wax on fabric and then dyeing the fabric. And so the wax kept all the dye off. And so it made a really cool pattern. It didn't work in this clip, but I did get it to work. We were doing it right by the beach and it was so beautiful. And then we got them back at the end and mine turned out really well, I think. I love it. And we got a tour of the property where they grow all sorts of like vegetables and everything. And then we got to walk around the beach some. There was another cat as we had dinner. And then we had some night activities. This is right, dude. We swam in the ocean. Fun time, we had dinner, and now we're heading to a cultural performance. And then during this cultural performance, they pulled us all up to dance. I don't have the videos of me dancing, but we were all up there before some friends and I took a walk on the beach that night and we looked at the stars and just kind of had a fun time out of it. And then the next morning I got up super early for yoga. It was so peaceful and it was just so amazing to get to do some movement bright and early in the morning. Then we had some more time to hang out on the beach. Before, we had some more structured activities where we did some things with the turtle conservation crew before going to the historic lighthouse where we get to wander around a little bit and actually go up and see all 3 points of Cape 3 Points, which was really neat to see. So we were standing on the center point. And then I took a nap on the beach because that's what you do. Good morning. I'm heading to breakfast a little late, but I did not do yoga this morning. I did not feel like it. I slept fairly okay. Everything is wet. I'm covered in sand. It's been so much fun here, but I'm okay to head back to the ship. And then after a very long and bumpy ride, I was able to get back to the ship and shower and got my postcard, which is what I'm pointing at, as well as dinner before we had our sail away to our next port, which was Morocco. Good morning and welcome to Morocco. We are officially in Casablanca. This is so exciting. I can't believe we're this far in the voyage and I can't believe I'm in Casablanca right now. This is absolutely wild. We are yet again right by the stairs. We're doing face-to-face immigration, so we have to all go through the union and do all sorts of stuff before we're able to get off the ship. And then they're gonna call us by seas again. I'm going with a friend to go do some stuff, go to an Airbnb she's gonna be staying at, and then I'm gonna meet up with some of my lifelong learner friends and travel around with them for a while and just kind of hang out today, I think. And then tomorrow I head out for my big camel trek, the one thing I made sure I was booked for way in advance coming on this, so it should be good. Okay, so we just got done with lunch and now we've got all the bags that my friend needs to go stay at this Airbnb, and we're just finishing up getting things together. And we downloaded the Uber Not Uber app, which is Kareem for Morocco, and we're about to head out. So after about an hour of trying to get an Uber Not Uber, we finally got one. I met up with my friend's friend. We went to this botanical garden area. We walked around the streets. There were so many cats and these kittens were so cute. And of course I was petting them. I really can't stop. Okay. We're running to try and make dinner. I don't know if it's gonna work out. I'll run. Okay. I haven't run in years. Feels like that at least. My tooth came out as I was running because I guess I was panting too hard. Emily's trying to make dinner too. But my tooth came out and the retainer stayed in, but not my tooth. So I don't know what that's about. Alright, I am all packed and ready. I had breakfast, and now I'm heading to the Union to meet up with my group, and then we're gonna bounce. So as we headed off the ship, this is the area I ran to get to dinner the night before. We got on our bus and headed out into the countryside, which was so fun to see. Definitely different than what I thought it would be like. We are stopped at a gas station and some people are getting snacks. I'm not. It's really gorgeous here and it smells amazing, like fresh. I don't know. It kind of smells like home, just in the cold, sunny kind of way. Like, it's not cold. I'm wearing a sweater, but I've been taking it off in the bus. It's very windy, but yeah, it's really nice out. And then we were back on the road before getting to the market where we were going to be having lunch. So we did a little walk through the market, which we would be coming back to on the last day in Marrakesh. And we got into our restaurant, which is absolutely beautiful. And this was the start of them feeding us vegetarians just vegetables. It was what they called the 7 vegetable dish. Those 7 vegetables and I got very well acquainted throughout this. This was the one time there was couscous included with it, but it was really good food. And then we had some dancing during our lunch. And then we were back on the road. Lots of bus time for this trip, but that's okay. Okay, we just stopped for a restroom break. We're in the mountains. It's a lot cooler here, which is really, really nice. There's actually snow up there. Where is it? There. We were seeing snow earlier. I slept some. I tucked myself into a tiny bowl. I was able to schnock out for a while. And then we've got about an hour left, so nothing too crazy. Should be hopefully just that hour. And as we were pulling into the city we were going to be staying in, we saw this studio where a lot of big Hollywood movies have different props and things stored for when they come out to the desert and film things. And then this castle was also featured in Game of Thrones, so those were really cool to see. And then we got to our hotel and we started the check-in process. And we're waiting for the room keys. And they're playing music, which is fun. Okay, we just made it to our hotel. We've got a balcony, a little thing, and then it's like absolutely gorgeous in here. So we have dinner at 8, it's 7, and I think we're all kind of getting to the point of like hangry, but it's so cool and I kind of just want to like wander around a little bit, so I might do that. So we got dragged into a little bit of another cultural performance while we were doing dinner. Us vegetarians were sent to the buffet. All right, done with dinner. It's bedtime now. We're meeting up at 8 for breakfast and then leaving at 9. So should be great. Then we got more bus time, I think 7 hours, and then camels. Good morning and happy day 3 in Morocco. This is our view waking up this morning. It's absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna go do breakfast and then get back on the road, and then we've got a camel trick. I know this may not be that exciting for anyone else, but the geology in this area was absolutely fascinating. And then as we were walking to lunch, it was still amazing, but it wasn't the main focus. We got to this really beautiful restaurant, 7 vegetables, again, big surprise, before we got onto the camels. And it was actually so cool pulling up and just seeing a bunch of camels in this area. And getting on the camel and having it stand up was a little terrifying, but so much fun. I jokingly was calling my scarf wearing the Saharan babushka, but that was just my little joke. Still on the camels in the desert. Alright, we just stopped and I got off my lovely camel who I named Eugene. And we're hanging out. Then once we were off the camels, we took a little trek to get to our tents, which were really cool. I was staying in tent number 10, which was really easy to remember. And then we kind of went exploring around the area, and a friend and I did some dune jumping. Then we had dinner where the vegetarians all had our own table. We're going to look at stars. So I tried to get pictures of stars, but it didn't work. And then we woke up at 3 a.m. and my friend with a really good camera took these amazing pictures of the stars and our group with the stars. And it was so fun. Try and find me in all these group pictures. It's a little like, where's Waldo? This one is just me, but it was so gorgeous.
Just do like Tai Chi hands up here.
We should.
My camel's being
Good morning from the desert on a camel.
I see.
Last couple minutes on the camels. Then once we were off the camels, we did a little bit more bus until we got to this really cool pottery studio. All right, we're working on our very windy drive right now, and we stopped at a restaurant to go to the bathroom and look at some things. The geology here, insane. There were huge ammonites, and then they had like the little rose-looking ones, and then what was it? Well, I had selenite, but that's not that cool. Anyways, so yeah, geology, insane. We were actually able to stop at the market again to go to dinner, but this time at a different restaurant. We still got 7 vegetables, but the restaurant was super, super pretty, and it was so fun to like get out a little bit. Okay, we are in our hotel room now. It's so late. I'm trying to repack all of my stuff. I showered, got all the sand off, I think, hopefully. And my roommate and I are gonna go to sleep. Well, at least I am. We're heading back to the ship tomorrow, and the ship is heading to Tangier. So that's gonna be super fun. And it was so much fun on this trip. Just a lot of bus today. It was a lot of bus hours, which was kind of insane. And we were losing our minds a little bit, so. Then we started the morning off with getting breakfast, checking out of the hotel, doing a little bit more bus, and then getting to wander around the market for a couple hours. I definitely bought some stuff here. We picked up our lunches and then got back on the bus, and I ended up getting an ice cream because I needed it at that point. And then after a long time and seeing some cool dance video things, we got back to the ship. I am back on the ship now. I got back on the ship, dropped my stuff off at my room. A friend and I were able to go to dinner. We ended up getting grill food because it sounded really good after all of the 7 vegetable meals that I've been eating this trip. So I got a burger and some fries at a Shirley Temple, and it was actually amazing. And then we kind of hung out for a little bit, and now I'm back in my room, and I'm planning on just kind of watching a movie, hanging out, lounging. We should be leaving the port soon, so I'm going to lose access to internet, so I'm going to try and do a couple things for that. And then just chilling on the ship all day tomorrow. So that's the plan. And that finishes off my Ghana and Morocco adventures. I had so much fun in both of these countries. And now we're off to Spain, our last country with the voyage. I'm so sad, but it's going to be so amazing. And I can't wait to see what I get up to after this.